just I think being here and being around other creatives, other people who are kind of passionate about being true to that part of themselves and um, engaging in conversation, but also, we laughed. I think we laughed more than any of us expected. That was really a nice surprise.
Yeah, that was one comment that we heard over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a perfect place for a retreat.
Yeah.
New Harmony is the kind of place that you get away from distractions. We talked about very little internet, very little email.
No television.
No television.
Nice.
No texting. And while sometimes you think of those things as being sacrifices, they really facilitated the work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us even really realized that we missed it until somebody turned the TV on and when we were having breakfast, and we're like, whoa, everyone kind of got jarred by it. You don't even think about it because we're doing all these other activities and focusing in on the things that we really want to focus in on.
Right.
And learning how to do that so we can, when we go back home, we can do the same thing.
Right. Yeah. And that's part of the mission and the goal, is not only to come here and get away, which is sometimes what we try to do on a vacation.
Right.
But with a vacation, what we expect to do is to get away, to try to rest and recharge and relax, and to really prepare ourselves to get right back into exactly what we left.
Right.
And what we're trying to do here is to allow you to get away but to reset. We use the term to reboot, but then to take things and techniques and yoga and breathing meditations and exercises and restructuring your life so that when you return home, it's a different place.
Right.
And you're allowed to create and really to live creatively as well as to write or create art.
Yeah. So basically we're kind of teaching you how to have your own little mini retreat every time you want to sit down, whether it's writing or painting or, but when you get to that point where you want to actually honor that part of yourself, you have your own tools to have your own little mini retreat on a daily basis.
Yeah. And New Harmony is such a fantastic place. You can hear and perhaps see the fountain behind me. We're actually at the Labyrinth, and it's one of my favorite places. There are at least two labyrinths in New Harmony, and this one is a granite labyrinth, and we do a session here on it, and I found it to be an incredible tool for reconnecting, whether it's spiritually, artistically, or just reconnecting with yourself. So we use that as a tool. There's so many wonderful things in New Harmony. Ruthless Church.
Ruthless Church. The Ruthless Church is awesome. And we actually got to do yoga there twice. So we had really great weather, so we were able to get outside and do that. But just, the nice thing is there's so many nooks and crannies that you can kind of just hide away in. You can kind of just move off to the side and hunker down someplace and just settle in. It's really a great place for just slowing down and kind of getting in touch with yourself and getting in touch with whatever it is you want to focus on. I think one of the things that always strikes me about when I come here is as soon as I get out of the car and I have both feet on the ground and I just stand up, it's like I feel calm. It's like letting out that huge sigh. It's like, and most of the people I've talked with, it's the same thing. They're like so calm here. The energy is just so tranquil. It's and that really is conducive again for what we want to do.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this and then this labyrinth that you like is patterned after the one in
Cathedral at Chartres in Chartres, France.
Yeah.
So and it has just a really, really good feel. And of course the gardens. I've never been to the Orient, but this has a feel of an Oriental garden or a Japanese garden. It's just got a great feel with the water and the grass features and the shading, and it's really very, very peaceful.
Well, and that's one of the nice things about New Harmony is it's this little community, but nature is just all around it. It's like just grown in. It's almost like the community's grown up out of the ground. That's the sense I always get. And there are a lot of neat places. Carol's Garden is really pretty. There's a lot of art too. Scattered throughout the whole community. There's statues and paintings and a lot of different things. So it's a very tranquil, peaceful place. But it's also a place where you are engaging your senses, and the people are really nice and friendly. We did a nice poetry reading, or not poetry reading, I should say literary reading, poetry, fiction, nonfiction. That was really a lot of fun. I think everybody had fun there.
Yeah, well received.
Yeah.
When we come to New Harmony and we have a retreat, what we try to do is to help you to set intentions when you first arrive. Instead of just getting away, which is reward in and of itself, but to have a focus. And so come here, establish an intention at the beginning, We have sessions, but we also have lots of free time so that you can do and create and explore on your own time. And then come back together at the very end and talk about those intentions and see how they were fulfilled and how you can go home and also create intentions now with some new things that we have taught you, new things that you take back home, so that again, not only do you bring yourself to New Harmony, but you take New Harmony back with you home.
And you're doing, I mean, doing the actions with intention, actually helps you stay focused, helps you stay on task, so that, some of those things that get frustrating, like, oh, I never got to do that today, you have less of those moments because you're able to actually set your intentions and kind of keep that as your guide, make sure that you kind of honor that. Again, I'm using the word honor, but that's kind of how I feel, There's a value to what you want to do, and it's just about recognizing that, and then learning the tools to actually fulfill that part of it.
Yeah. One thing that perhaps doesn't come to mind immediately, but everyone talked about, is the food. We ate so well here in New Harmony. You've got the Red Geranium at the New Harmony Inn, and then there are places in town. We found out that according to at least one retreater, the best ice cream in the world is right here in New Harmony. So
the best ice cream she ever had.
Yeah. Well, the best.
Let's narrow it down to,
Okay, all right. You're right. But the food is fantastic, and the fellowship is fantastic. And as Dave said, we've laughed a great deal. We've meditated. We've performed yoga.
Right.
We've done exercises. We've had classes and sessions. We've had reading, exercise. It's just been a good, well-rounded retreat. We're going to do it again in 2014, and we hope that you start thinking in terms of making your plans and being with us in New Harmony in 2014. We'll be having details specifically about what we'll do, sessions and so forth, as well as the date. So continue to check on our website.
What he said. And one nice thing too is we really formed a nice community. So I mean, everybody's left here really close.
Yeah.
And they've bonded over a lot of things, not just the writing, for instance, but other things that we have in common that you might not have realized. So it's nice. But yeah, look for some more details, and we hope that you come and join us next year, 2014.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
See you then.
All right, buddy.